I have this cute little culotte suit vintage pattern, and I have some old curtains. So I'm thinking this week I'm gonna be making a hopefully wearable mock-up. I have a small collection of vintage patterns, most of which were kindly gifted to me by my friend Galen, and today I'm finally trying one. This one is for a culotte suit from the 80s. I have no idea if this is loungewear or outerwear, but I think it's adorable regardless, and I really want to make it. Now, before I go cutting into any, good fabric, I'm going to be using these old curtains for my mock-up. My pattern is uncut, and I really want to keep it that way, so I'm thinking I'm going to be tracing it and making it out of the curtains, and then if it's wearable, I was thinking I could add some embroidery to it, probably some cute autumnal motifs, add a little bit of whimsical magic to it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Olga, and I make sewing content that is usually vintage inspired and sometimes a little bit nerdy. So it turns out that this wasn't as uncut as I originally thought. All of the pieces for the top have been cut along the size 14, and the pieces for the bottoms are all uncut and they're all still here. Now, I also have run into another issue, which I hopefully have solved, which is what size am I? It's included in the pattern how much fabric I need for the suit, how much fabric I need for just one piece or the other. It also has a cutting guide, which is great, but that's it. There's no instructions, which is fine. I can figure out how to sew this, but there's no size chart. So how do I know what size I am, right? From my math, I believe I am a size 10. So I went ahead and measured how much the waistband is for the trousers. When I removed the seam allowance and kind of compared that against my waist measurement, I believe I am a 10, or I'm gonna make a 10 just to be on the safe side. I think 8 would probably fit me, but would be possibly too tight, so I think size 10 is definitely gonna fit and be comfortable. And because this has gathers and whatnot, I can always kind of but I'm gonna go ahead and make all of the pieces the same size, and if it's too big, that's okay. My first concern was how was I going to transfer this on, because I really wanted to keep the pattern uncut. But since it is already cut, I think I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it anyway. I don't know. Should I? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and, but I have all of these sizes. I don't know, but tracing it is gonna be so much work, and it is already cut. I'm gonna cut it. Okay, I've decided. Great. Okay, well, here goes. Oh, I see. It's gonna be cute. If you can hear some drilling, I do apologize, but there's construction literally everywhere around our house, so it's tough out here right now. I cut out all of my pieces yesterday. I had plenty of fabric. I still have a little bit left if something happens. Probably I'm gonna use the leftover fabric for my quilt that I'm making. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mark everything. There are extensive markings on the pattern pieces, to the point, it says the seam allowance on every single seam, which is straight grains. It tells you what everything is. It has a lot of information, which I guess makes sense if you don't include instructions. Again, I don't know if it doesn't include instructions or if the instructions just aren't here. Let's do it. you're wondering how the sewing is going, I just apologized to an inanimate object. So I've got my sleeves sewn up, the side seams, and the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the pressing now so I can like move on to the next step. This just gets folded back for the button placket, which is pretty simple. So I'll just do that, and then the neckline just gets finished up with some binding that we already cut. And then this here, this big ass sleeve, there's a little slash area that we're supposed to cut into to do the cuff. So there's also a little bit of binding that goes on there, and then the cuff goes on. So I think I'm gonna finish the sleeve and then and finish this separately, and then attach them to each other and maybe I'll even do the hem before I finish the sleeve. And then there's just buttonholes left. So it's pretty fast to put together the top at least. So I started with this because I'm not sure about like how the bottoms get put together. I'm just like, I don't know. Like I know how they get put together, but also I'm not sure if like, is there more fastenings other than the front? Because basically the way the trousers work is you have a bigger waistband that goes to like kind of the front, like kind of like these actually. This is where the waistband ends, and this is like the side seam, right, of my body. So it's sort of similar to this, but this has a zipper at the back. So these buttons are purely, decorative. And I think that the way the trousers work is that band, the front waistband is the opening. And I'm unsure if, like, how do you get in and out if that's all the opening you get. I think I'm going to try it and then see if I need to, what I need to do differently, if I need to do something differently, we'll see. But yeah, I think like worst case scenario, if I need to add like a zipper to it, I can add a zipper to it. There's a center back seam and there's also side seams, so it's pretty easy to add an extra zipper. But I'd have to put in a seam in the waistband, which it only has that seam. So I think I'm going to try it the way I think the pattern intends it to be, and then we'll see if that's exactly, if it is like that, or if it's also very baggy style. So maybe that's the way it is, and I'm just being dramatic, which hopefully is the case. Another thing that I'm thinking about is that the fabric has a bit more staining than I originally, well, at least I did it the same on both sides. It's fine. I thought I'd like sewn these wrong sides together, and kind of did. This fabric's really hard to tell the right side and the wrong side, so it's fine. But I did the same thing on both sleeves, so I still have a left and a right. That's the most important. Anyway, what was I saying? There's quite a bit of staining, and I don't know how visible it's going to be on camera. It's a bit more extensive than I originally thought it was, and I'm wondering if I should take the time and like use the embroidery to cover it up. But if I want to do that, like there's a stain right there. Oh, you can't see that on camera, great. Like right there's like this little yellow stain. So I don't know if I want to like cover it all up with embroidery. Do I want to like, because some of it is like big stain, especially the trouser. There's like quite a bit. I don't know, if you can't see it on camera, I might not, because I can still add the embroidery later, but I do have a deadline for this video, so I kind of want to, be done with it before then, obviously. Here's how things stand. I have done everything on the top except for the hem. So I need to flip the facings and stitch that down and then do that. But I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And my sleeves are ready, except they look so cute for one. Oh, so cute. The thing is, like, I haven't finished the inside, like, so I haven't tacked this to on the inside. And I think I'm not going to just yet. I actually think I'm going to stitch the sleeves onto the blouse first and then leave this to the very last, because I think I want to add some embroidery to the cuff. I think that would be super cute, and it'd be easier to do before I finish, you know, the cuff. It'd be easier to do at this stage, and then I can close it, and then all my stitches will be enclosed, so they won't, you know, they'll last longer, and also they'll just like be neater. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this to last. Oh my god, it's almost 7, so I have to probably walk Zeus, and so I probably won't do any more sewing today, but I will get on with it tomorrow again, try to finish the top, and then make the trousers. Yeah, see you tomorrow, I guess. The top is pretty much done. I think the embroidery idea for the top is going to be maybe along the front here a little bit. I don't know if I want to go along the hem. I don't think so. I think I'm going to go along the front and along the cuffs of the sleeves. Can we have a moment to appreciate the puffiness of this sleeve? This is so cute. I think I need to make this top for like everyday wear. Anyway, so I just finished this. I'm gonna get started on sewing the trousers, because what I'm thinking is I want to be at a point this today, so it's actually almost 3 p.m. now. I started at 2. So I want to be at a point today where I'm done with all of the sewing that I can do right now, and I'm starting with the embroidery, because today's Saturday and I do have to have this video up on Friday. Well, I mean, when you're watching this, I will have finished. But yeah, the plan is to finish all the sewing today. So I'm gonna go continue with the trousers. I'm doing there's like slash pockets, so I'm gonna do that first, and then do all of the like construction of the trousers, and then start on the waistband, figure that out. I just realized something. When I did the math for the waistband, I forgot to factor in that the waistband overlaps. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I did accidentally cut 2 of each of these, so I'm thinking I'm gonna like sew them together, and it'll have a center back seam, and a center front seam actually, but try to figure out the spacing myself, because obviously the trousers are ginormous. There's so much gathering, and so it doesn't really matter that I cut out a size that is then, it's just going to be less gathering, I guess. I do have one more update that is a good one, which is that so the like massive staining that I mentioned previously was only in the front legs. So all of the rest of the fabric, there wasn't like huge staining. It was like a stain here and there. I just decided to cut out new trousers, new like front legs. I had exactly enough fabric to do that, so I did that, and it turned out great. I'm really happy with that, because that Now I don't have to worry about hiding those stains, and I can just use the fabric that I cut for the previous legs on my quilt anyway, except for the bits that have staining on them. But yeah, also I can try to get the stains out, because I do think that if I left it in like one of those like OxyClean like powder stuff, you know what I'm talking about, if I left it in that for a few hours, I probably could get it off. So yeah, great news for that. Terrible news for the waistband, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna figure it out, I think. So get off me. I guess we'll just stitch this down the middle and then hope for the best. It's gonna be too much fabric now, I think, but so the overlap on this one was 7.5 centimeters, and I have 1.5 centimeters seam allowance, and my waist measurement is 71. I'm gonna add the seam allowance to my waist measurement, which is 71 plus 3 is 74. I am not good at math. So it actually needs to be 89. How do I find out what the ratio is of something? I need to go ask an engineer. If you're a sewist, I highly recommend getting an engineer. It helps a lot. Okay, so he has figured it out for me with some algebra. I don't know. He tried to explain to me what it was, but I didn't want to do that. I think next step is gathering the waistband. So okay, so last update for today. First things first, the blouse is looking super cute. I don't know if this is like a blouse, but it's a blouse. I added some designs down the front. I made like a repetitive kind of border design. It's just leaf, mushroom, leaf, then button, leaf, pumpkin, leaf, leaf, mushroom, leaf, and then it just repeats. And along the cuff, I did pretty much the same motifs, but it's leaf, mushroom, leaf, pumpkin, leaf, mushroom, leaf. That's it. I am gonna like change it up with the colors of the embroidery floss. So I've packed a selection of like fall colors, I guess. So I'm taking this along with me while I go get coffee in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this. I have run into a situation with the pants. This is what ended up happening. I couldn't quite figure it out, the waistband, so in order for it to all get sewn in and all of my raw edges to be encased, I wouldn't be able to get in and out of the trousers, so I ended up just doing a normal elasticated waistband. However, this did mean that because this fabric is quite thick, it ended up looking kind of frumpy. Like I don't know. They look kind of like baggy in like not a very flattering way, in my opinion. They are very comfortable, and I still hemmed them because I think I will wear them as pajamas. But I'm not sure I'm super excited about like spending that much time adding embroidery to these, because I don't think I want to. Like, I think they're kind of a fail. Like, I definitely will be using this pattern again for the top. For the trousers, like, meh, I don't know. If you guys think I should add some embroidery to it anyway, I did think that it would look cute. Like, ideally it would have been the waistband, but that's not going to work out with the elasticated. So I thought maybe, like, along the pocket here would be cute little border, and then we could do the hem of the trouser. But I don't know. I also don't hate the idea of them just being plain. And then the top having all of the busy stuff on it. I'm gonna start working on the embroidery for the top, and then I'm going to think about it, and I guess I'll decide, and you'll find out.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive.
So, wrap up time. I have mixed feelings about this. So, the top I am in love with. I think it turned out so cute. I love the sleeves. The sleeves are so cute. I think it was a great idea to add the embroidery. It really turned out so cute. I'm glad I took the time to do what I had in my mind, like envisioned, because it really is exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I really, really, really love the top. The trouser. When I tried them on by themselves, I hated them. I really did not think they looked good on me. I thought they looked super frumpy. They are very comfortable. The pockets are absolutely humongous. But now that I put it on with the whole ensemble and I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, actually, when I put the top on as well, I don't hate it as much. These trousers definitely need a zipper. In a future iteration, if I ever make these trousers again, I would put a zipper in at the back probably, or a side, but probably at the back. The other thing that I think I would do in a future iteration is to use a different fabric. Something that's a little bit drapier, I think would look really nice in these trousers, because then it will gather a lot easier and the gathers won't look as chunky and it will just be really nice and breezy. So I think that is also something that I probably will work on in the future. The trousers, I'm going to test them out with some outfits and stuff and kind of see how I feel. The top is going into my wardrobe. It's gonna go into rotation. You're gonna see me wearing it a lot because I absolutely love it. I think it's so cute. I don't know how to end this video. I should just stop talking. If you haven't already, you can consider subscribing to my channel. I usually post a video every Friday. You can also follow me on Instagram or TikTok. I post on there pretty much every day. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching and happy sewing.